advantage, aggression in every lane, and Supermassive is trying to stand toe-to-toe with this.
Yeah, he's gonna trade with Looper here.
Is that a one more? Oh, he got it! And he stays alive! Absolutely fabulous.
You can't flash the Q, but you can't flash the auto attack if there's vision where you flash to. If you flash over a wall where there's fog of war, you will cancel that melee auto attack, but otherwise it will travel here. Mata gets a little over eager, goes for the whoosh delivery system, could walk out. That exhaust is honestly very early, because it's out by the time Atsutrade is back, so that's actually a mistake for Mata, and it cost him his life later on here, granting the fabulous double kill for Dumbledore.
Shoot him! It wouldn't actually kill him.
It was the right place.
So many close millisecond plays, things that can happen here in this game so far.
And we're getting access to our skirmish tools here. Look at the tomb here, level 6 Naru, level 6 Fabulous. He can now look for more all-ins. So in these 2v2 exchanges, 3v3, like small skirmishes, Supermassive actually stand a chance. In team fights, the denial that Mata can bring, he can eat whoever's fished up, he can eat whoever's in a frozen tomb, he can reset the fight, and obviously slightly stronger team fight composition from RNG. That's what they're looking for. But Supermassive, if they can keep making picks, wow, they can maybe throw RNG off guard.
Nacho, pretty strong play on that Lucian. 0-1-2, but making sure that he is adding damage whenever he can, trying to get the lane advantage in. Nope.
Nope, denied.
No, sir.
I wonder what Dumbledore was expecting to happen there. I mean, you're playing against the Tom Kench.
Yeah. Teleports are a bit desynced on the side of Royal Never Give Up. If Supermassive is keeping control of that, they'll have both of theirs to make something happen. The teleport to the top lane for Fabulous is where he grabbed his kill, so it would be great to just be able to repeat, rinse and repeat every time that starts happening.
Yeah, Jao really did not like that range creep. Snared it, took it down. MLZ looking for a flank here. He needs Fabulous to get baited into the trap. He needs Fabi to go a little aggressive, but...
I want to see that playful trickster.
Yeah, once that goes down, that's the goal signal.
So Looper and Naru gonna match teleports here. Support known, needed. Danger Will Robinson, our blue is being stolen. It looks like MLXG is gonna make off with that one no matter what.
Yeah, blue's being traded here.
Yep.
Both junglers seem to know that. They're in each other's jungle.
Perfection, I got it.
Easy grab for that. CS is quite even throughout all the lanes when that play comes in. We haven't seen any real objective focus here from either Royal or Superman.
And RG can't go for the dive in the top lane. There's teleport advantage from Naru to show up, and it's also a fizz. Very tricky to go for a dive.
He's playing very well in his sub-in game as well. Like we said, it was the TCL playoffs pretty much last time we saw Fabulous. And the team is just really ready to actually put him in starter with Aldrin as he was kind of coached as well. And now he is playing phenomenally against Looper in the top lane. Looper still has aggression on this one, but the play takes this long, Crepo. You gotta wonder what the real game is.
I mean, MLC is coming in here, but Fabulous...
Oh, he connects it!
He goes down. Naru just walks up. He teleported to a ward in the river.
Yeah.
Didn't quite get there. That was good. Like playful trickster from Fab, if it wasn't isolated 1v1s, because he dodged the parallel convergence, connected his ultimate, but it just shows you need to fight with your jungler nearby. At this level, you can't afford to just go for a pure 1v1 skirmish unless you know exactly where the enemy jungler is.
And we haven't seen much of the jungler. Stone's kind of just been hanging out, really not showing much of himself. We said that Dumbledore usually doesn't spend that much time with Achu, but they've been here actually quite aggressive on the lane.
They've learned how to keep him in lane, just give him a few kills.
Yeah, give him a few.
This is a good exchange here. Lupo does a really good ultimate, so the
Great ultimate.
kind of disappears in place, and he gets out of that. And here Parallel Conversion comes out, but he goes up, down. At the point, Conversions is out. But then obviously, the plot thickens, and Fab realizes it was all an elusive bait. He dies.
Places to go.
That's what we almost were saying, that these are disjointed teleports. This is the play they're going to need to work on, and somehow Royal slips in their own strategy. They're able to just take it to the lane, and MLXG has been topsiding multiple times, knowing that Fabulous was able to put a bit of a hurting on Looper. But Looper still staying up in CS, still keeping himself consistent, now starts to stack up that seal once again.
Doing better than Talden. Talden had that really close trade against Duke, almost got him down.
Yeah.
Duke teleports back in, almost gets him again, and then dies, and that was it. That was curtain call. He dropped down multiple times, twice, 3 times in a row. That's why now Fabulous is subbed in, and he's doing a lot better. Staying even against Looper. See, not one of the worst top laners out there.
You can see Supermassive recognizing that strength of Fabulous, giving him more vision top lane, as well as a little bit of jungle pressure from Stomage. He's going to start farming out the jungle of MLXG, while this bottom lane, continuously going hard back and forth at each other, is normally seeing a blinking red champion bar down here. Right now it's Mata's.
And you saw Mata go for the sweep here in the lane, making sure there's no teleport ward. They pinged it out, so they now are almost sure there's no teleport wards behind them, which means they can play up.
All right, so Supermassive actually going hard. MLXG was already in the bot side. It was only going to be a few more minutes before they planned their attack, and it looks like Supermassive actually was the catalyst to RNG's attack. They just made it happen quicker.
Yeah, they went in and they got countered. That's exactly what they're hoping for. MLXG was already waiting in the wings.
Yeah.
And if you're at enemy bot lane, then goes aggressive.
Everywhere.
You say thank you very much. Yeah, MLXG is a really good carry jungler. Don't put him on tanks, please. Let him play these aggressive fast junglers. Look for openings with when the enemy team has like minimal vision. Put it together with strong CC champions too, so you can layer the CCs before just have raw all in. It's very fun players to get overall.
Spicy. Spicy, you could say.
Spicy alpha.
12 on the clock. That means Dragon #1. For what reason, I don't know. It was just 12. 5-3. Bit of 1,000 gold lead here. The Dragon 1 does not mean much just yet. Whoa, Naru puts himself on the backside, says, might not have wanted to press E, but I did. It happened. Double Doges coming in. It doesn't. What actually looks like is happening is they're not relaying how much time they're taking to get to each other within these fights.
Also though, it's almost disrespect from Jahu, because if you see Lissandra use her Ice Claw towards you, you have to assume the jungler's there to help.
Yeah, it's true, and he just...
That was like the mind game from Naru, but Jahu just says, he called the bluff. He's like, well, I don't think your jungler's here, you're just gonna lose this trade. Jahu's just stands fast. Yeah, well, better be right if you make that call though. If you call that bluff, you better be right.
Very true.
Otherwise you did.
Everybody came out on top. Bit of a dangerous play, but just a few scratches. Flesh wounds and back to it.
It is but the scratch.
Indeed. 127 as Naru starts to pick up a bit of that CS, being able to just scream and Q the CS away. Actually causing Xiaolu to lose a bit here, so he's definitely going to be able to create that gap for himself. But are the items finished first? You know, he's not the one stacking a tier, going to be able to stay in the fight, just throwing out damage the whole time.
Yeah, and Jahu also going for the early Merc threats, delaying the round of ages. Just saying, I really just want to be able to get out of that CC, make sure I don't die.
Very deep pink wards already here from RNG. They've made sure to get eyes on the prize. And it doesn't look like those are being touched anytime soon. Stomage actually isn't really in a position to be checking all that. He's farming and trying to make sure he's keeping up.
Yeah, I had to double check that pink ward here. Let's see for the trade for Whoosh goes down, Mata picks him out. The pink ward in the enemy jungle is actually not from MLXC. It felt like a Mata special, and it is. That was Mata's bread and butter in week 1 and 2 and 3 as well, because when everybody switched to Sidestone Rush, he was still going for mobility boots with a Ruby Crystal, and he would walk in, place a Streaker, and a pink ward. That was it. That was all the vision he had, but he made it work.
Scary bit of aggression. Oh, they try to pull in the fight of MLXG and Naru on the other side, but Dragon's Kick gets him away.
Naru, what are you doing? He's on the wrong side of the rift. He gets behind them and then calls over them.
He's always coming out of the woodwork.
And then Mata goes for the belly flash. Gets the help from the shield from MLXZ, but that honestly was a bit of a misplay from Supermassive. They had an opening right there, but they were a little bit too eager. And Mata just simply carries his Kodo out of there.
Xiaohu is just in Naru's mind right now. He's saying, I know what you're going to do. You try to get cheeky plays, get over the wall. I'm still going to try to do as much as I can to in harass. I will not let up. And being relentless starts to just wear on your physical and your mental. Xiaohu continues to use your base, and he is doing so right now, sitting on about 1,000 gold and happy with it. He can still fight with that gold in his pocket. There is no danger for him here.
When you know the enemy's just slightly disrespecting you or going for a little more like extravagant plays, that's when you kind of want to punish them even more, but you buy into the trap, you know, and you go for the risky plays.
Get better than this.
That bot lane teleport though was a nice setup from Supermassive, but they should have punished that. They should have gotten away there with at least 1 kill, maybe even 2, with just misplays. And it does look like Naru is feeling the pressure from the stage. He's a player that
Right.
has been around, honestly, European, like so few for accolades, but he never made it to the big leagues. Never delivered in challengers or LCS.
All right, MLSG going hard. Oh, they both flashed to each other. Naru's going to be going down. It looks like someone's going to make it out of this one, but Supermassive is kind of... He can't find a way to stop the bleeding all the way around the map. One hit here, and they're really just not able to stop what's happening from RNG right now. Again, a fight towards the bot lane. The exhaust to keep him in range. The 1-2 and the chomp. He doesn't even like he'll eat him up. Oh, he does. He says, this one's going to be mine. They're onto the turret. They're past it now. Dumbledore is going to try to fire away, but Looper staying close is going to be coming up with a kill. He has had a very slow top lane game. But Looper gets in through his teleports and gets in through the team fights, and that's what he's going to do again.
Yeah, everybody wants just a piece of the action here in the bot lane. This time RNG come out ahead. Mata gets 1 kill. Then Xiaohu flashes over the Poppy ultimate. Secures a second here. Turret falls in the mid and top though. So that's the gold. Still relatively close here.
Yeah.
Supermassive still going to pick up 1 more tower here. Close out. So within 1,000 gold reach of each other. And it does look like we're going to see Tank Fist.
We'll see this fight one more time. MLXG, look, they don't even have vision past this, so they don't know that Naru's here, but they are confident enough to just keep going.
It is Naru's flash, so that kind of secures the 1-for-1. So at worst, they go 1-for-1 with a flash being used.
Yeah.
Maybe if Naru flashes in and self-casts ulti, actually, they can buy more time and Fabulous can join the fight. Here we have the trade in the bottom lane though. Really good use of exhaust for Mata. Now the target, which is right here. Instead of waiting for the 3rd stack on double dose. And then he just throws actually just enough to secure and deliver him. Look at Xiaohu, he knows it's coming, so he just flashes out. Just in case Looper uses ulti in a panicky way.
And a fantastic move by Supermassive to see the opening in mid and the opening in top. Really, getting nothing out of that is what hurts. You know, sometimes we see when a team is down a lot, you're not kind of representing the correct play at the time. You think of it 5 seconds after, and that's too late.
Yeah, they have the basics down, like the cross maps, etc. Because they do play, honestly, a lot of European solo queues, so they know all these pro players that from the LCS teams, and they play a lot against European challenge teams in scripts. But now Xiaohu, 2v1.
Throws down that speed. Xiaohu, does he have enough to get out of this one though? He's trying to go back, keep that spell reel going, and he does take down Naru, but I think this might be another trade. We see Mata coming down, double doze just on the side. I thought he was going full for it. He pulled off 1 step late. But Fabulous holds it. So Supermassive now going to pick up Dragon, and they even get bottom turret as well. Atru does have ultimate in mid lane, so that should be safe.
Yeah, they're looking for a trade for bot lane tower, top lane tower. Now Looper is the one cross-mapping here. On that play. Obviously, teleporter advantage goes there. They're aggressively keeping it. I think that's good to see overall, but they're not hesitating. Despite making some failures, or some mistakes rather, having some failures happen, they're still being aggressive here, not taking their foot off the pedal.
Places to go.
Guys making some plays.
Really want the tower.
Oh yeah, of course. Get that gold. Spread it out towards the team. See how much they're actually sitting on. 1,400 on Fabulous in the top lane, so he's got some to spend. Abyssal Voyage looks like it's going bot lane. Well, top. More action. I am absolutely loving MSI. Anytime there's one fight, it's a coast to coast. There's a fight on the other side of the rift.
MLXG.
And MLXG once again getting spicy in the jungle. He comes up big with another one.
Yeah, that's why you don't tank that tower until you're 40% HP here. The Tom Ken says, get in my belly. Abyssal Void goes to the bot lane. Who is debating the odds.
He saw the stutter step. He was balking.
He's like, team, can I? He's like, no. International tournament. Take it serious.
That's true. That's true. Calm down. Look, you'll have a free turret in a second. Just throw some magic at it, even though you won't do that much damage. Mid lane's being pushed up. That's where the pressure actually isn't getting any respect. Supermassive has too many down, and now they are being spread thin. So for just getting all the turrets in their favor, here comes that gold spike now as RNG actually picks up all of that gold left up in the outer part of the map.
12 kills right now.
Again.
See what happened over here. RNG just really good at making picks everywhere. So Naru walks in. He uses the Ice Claw preemptively to get out there, like the worst possible scenario here, the darkest timeline. And then Looper opting for the dive. Does he have ulti? He must ulti himself here. Nope, just simply doesn't ulti. Still on cooldown.
90% cooldown.
Completely outplayed here by Looper. Naru not having a great series or tournament so far.
The Dark Seals continue to stack now, and that was actually tried to match by Fabulous, as it would be. Looper up to 7.
Yeah.
Very, very close.
Looking for 10. Not 11, despite the graphical indication.
It is there.
He can trick the best of us.
Distortion boots for him on that teleport means he's going a lot quicker. That's something Fabulous does not have yet, and we have actually just hit the 20-minute mark, so home guard is very much a thing now that can be used in these attacks. Looks like they have a few wards that pinged across the river, and it doesn't look like they can get that vision just yet. So RNG sets up at Baron. We'll see what they can do around the river. Supermassive looking to stop this right now and stave off the aggression of RNG.
Yeah, and in the scope of the tournament, this is actually where we can gauge a little bit whether RNG's closing ability has changed a little bit.
That's a good point.
Because they are favored to win this match. I really expect them to. It's just a matter in which they do it.
And you have the Sivir this time, so there's almost like no excuse to be able to make what you want.
The clean macro plays, as opposed to find the split pusher. That's what they usually do with RNG. They just walk through the lane, hope the guy doesn't see them coming, and kill him. Surprisingly, works very well in the LPL.
Go take it.
Yeah.
Go take it. Parallel convergence is out. Looks like Fabulous will make it out of that, though. And this is going to be a tough fight. The Iceborne Gauntlet will not let Fabulous out. And this is going to be a coast-to-coast fight. There won't be one on the other side of the map. Everybody's walking up to participate. The teleport comes in a little too high from Naru. Can the team make it there? Mada's going to be the focus, but that's the gray health, giving everybody else time to run in. Looper goes down with his flash. And that's going to be 43 seconds.
Nah, why rotate to the bot lane? Why set up any place where you can just simply brawl your way out of there? RNG. They look for the split pusher, they find him, and they find Looper's inevitable demise too. A little bit of a mess up there. And yeah, that's what we're used to seeing from RNG. Fantastic at making picks in the early game, which makes it very fun to watch. They continue to look for picks in the mid game.
This is where a little bit of that not having the vision past where the fight is happening, fighting over the bot. They continue to run in. Yeah, that ward's still there from Mada. They haven't done any fighting over there.
It is also a multi-language team that is communicating primarily, to my knowledge, in English, since they have some Korean players and obviously some players communicating in Mandarin. So it's very, very tough. So they have limited vocabulary that they can use to then see if they can explain to each other complex concepts-wise, like split push, like, okay, this wave is here, I'm pushing on second, like, I need this much time to get the push in, I have pressure, I need vision, etc., etc. That's very hard communicating things. But like, ping, 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 this guy, surprisingly easy. So maybe it's not a strategy born out of incompetence, but rather out of necessity.
Yeah. Well, it is the necessity Supermassive to pick up some wins here. It is definitely going to be a difficult tournament with the amount of power, but they're showing very promising here in the early games. Times where they can start to take a hold. It's the times where a team will find that teleport play. Will catch you one out of position because of the forward warding. Where it seems Supermassive doesn't have the recuperating skills as other teams would have to kind of sure something up like that.
Definitely not. They're lacking here another. Naru needs to stop using his Ice Claw when Echo's coming in. This is the second time. Good players learn from their mistakes, and players that are a little bit on tilt or just struggling keep making the same ones. Naru just forced to use his ultimate again, and that's working for Looper, because if it comes to a teleport fight right now, not only does he have teleport advantage, when Naru then arrives, doesn't have the ultimate anymore. Good vision denial here too in the river. The pink ward should move up a little bit for RNG. If we're being critical, but it's a good first step, you know.
Yeah.
They have the right target in mind, the Baron. The goal usually is, though, according to a lot of LPL pundits, that RNG don't actually want the Baron. They just use it as a lure. They just want you to fight them at the Baron.
Carrot on a stick.
Yeah.
And the thing, you have to think a team like RNG as well that fights so much always has a mind on those ultimates. Lissandra ult is now down. Oh, what other windows can we get and open up?
They are a fantastic team to watch when the team fights. When they know the team fight is coming, they're an absolute joy to watch. When they get surprised and they have to think on the fly, especially when sometimes get caught out, then RNG have shown, even in the finals against like EDG, that they have been a little lackluster. But if they know the fight is coming, and the enemy team sees it too, they will likely just win, because they can individually outplay you. In their playoff finals against EDG, they won many fights by the merits of some of these players, like Looper or Jahu.
All right, Looper, you might be biting off a little more than you can chew. It looks like he gets out. brings the whale back to the water.
You would think normally when 4 people collapse on a top laner, a team would go to Baron.
No.
It's not in the page here.
Like, wait, there's a fight happening over there.
Guys, you gotta help him. Move away from Baron.
Ultimate there from Xiaohu just to get over to blue. Make sure he can soak that up. And continue to that mage in the fights that they... Oh, he says, wait, I took the wrong path. Hang on. Trying to fix that.
Right here, bottom right. I was now back at it, doing the looper.
Living under his parallel convergence. Bad news gets hit by that. Playful Trickster to phase dive. Both have their little gap closers to get the safety. Ooh, wow, flash in here. Looper's gonna have to use a Time Winder. He definitely doesn't win this fight in HP or damage. It's gonna be one more hit. Chrono breaks back as he tries to slalom through the minions and get Fabulous locked up.
Oh, Naru's coming though. Hurting the cattle here. One on the left,
Phase
one on the
dive.
right. But there's one in mid lane.
Wow, Looper gets out alive, and what happens? Somebody becomes the caboose, and they get taken down. That's gonna be their Thunderlord's hit. The flash as well from Looper, and his Dark Seal has been nullified.
Yeah. Baron go to stacks here. They're pinging the Baron here. Mata's right there. He's not really on the same page. Looking for a Baron bait. Complete fog of war here. Stomached. Whew.
Oh, Kench making him clench. So much has to get out of that one. 13-7. He uses flash. Everybody has almost used out summoner spells on the side of Supermassive, but they still want to fight. We see Achu popping on the bottom side. Fabulous trying to take a 2v1 as the team comes in to help him. Will they be able to take down Mata? It's Xiaohu next, and he is dancing in and out of the brush right now. He's got the blue suedes on, and it looks like he's going to dance right back into this one. Room Prison on Naru. He's back and forth with the hits. Great by Fabulous to deny going.
Here's
That's
Looper.
the teleport from Looper. Claw goes in. They will not take it as Dumble Doge enters the fight once again. More people coming from the side. MLXG will come in as well. That's not going to hit. And he's forced to stay on the back side, but they will clean up the fight. It only took a matter of time. RNG loses 2, but Supermassive loses 4.
Yeah, what an incredible fight overall. A couple of really nice plays, and as a crucial miss that third juice, call it what you want, the turn in the end. The end result is that RNG is starting to embarrass. Double Doge is looking for some extra juicy kills, but unless Xiaohu runs out of mana just right here, I don't think he's going to get anything. Q-Smite is ready for the lockdown. I really like the ultimate that Naru did there on the Tom Kench, because if you put the ultimate on an enemy, whenever somebody walks in the zone, they still take damage. So when Naru got automatically, or when Lucian got popped out of that Tom Kench belly, he died instantly. Later on, they'll see that. A little bit of... We're in the Matrix right now. Let's go deeper. This is Xiaohu being zoned out to the right. Achu gets gibbed here, so turn around here. And this is MLXG and Xiaohu working together again, you know, no need to turn. And this here, this is ultimate. Pop it to Mata. And then Whoosh falls out. The Sivir, not the Lucian, because it's instant killed. The fact that Mata buys some time here, right here, they could have caught Xiaohu, but the call gets terminated a little early. And he's literally just 1v3.
I love the fact that this is actually still a fight. Like, nobody decided to walk away here. And look, oh wait, everybody can walk away. No, let's fight.
Step away from the fight.
Absolutely amazing.
Or it's just a siege.
Held to the metal everywhere.
Neither team really wants to give up.
No, not at all. Active Baron, 5 of 5 members, already 2,400 gold. Just above pretty much the Baron gain and getting a few on the outside in CS. Nobody has a runic affinity, so they're not going to be having a longer Baron. And it looks like this will wear off in about a minute and a half. Perfect time for Dragon to come up, so they'll have all the waves pushed in, be able to back after this, and make that Baron, or Dragon useful.
Well, look at the damage here. It's impossible for Naru to trade. He hit him.
He just took damage on like turret shot number 4. Still the pressure in mid lane.
Surprisingly good split push here by RNG, really controlling the map, splitting it up, making use of that double teleport, or just their individual like leads right now they have on certain members. Nobody can 1v1 Xiaohu.
It's almost a time where you would like to have exhaust for a Xiaohu, or even for a Looper.
Oh, two. One throw, not enough.
Yeah, honestly. But then you lose the double TP in that sense, so very difficult once this competition gets ahead, especially when you're playing against Sivir. We haven't seen too much more just yet. It is giving RNG a reason to continue fighting. And still the question stands is, when do they reach the Nexus? Is that still going to be cleanly done? Right? They still have Barons to go through still. They have the base.
It is still the same story. They're winning a lot of these fights due to really good performances by certain members. Xiaohu's now overstepping though. Let's see, Raid Boss Rise.
There's a GA on Xiaohu right now. He's definitely not going down immediately. The Abyssal Voyage came in almost like they knew this was going to happen, and they continue to drop members of Supermassive. Woo's Wraither, the only one to go down as they take the mid lane turret. And this is what RNG wanted. They start to open the map up even more, and now the base, possibly.
Yeah, that has to feel really bad here. Xiaohu now gets Ice 2. Mata eats him up. MLC may drop, gets knocked to the tower.
Good hit on MLXG. Life Grip and Lifeline are up, but he's not hitting anything. Still gets taken down by the inhibitor. And it looks like a double kill coming in for Looper. Gets himself going. No more Dark Seal for him.
That's a one-man army though here, that Rise. They call him 4v1. They're calling Rise, 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 kill the Rise.
Just coming back with that Guardian Angel, and he's the max target to go on. These guys have always been within a certain range of each other. You know they're going to be popping out of the woodwork if you poke one of their players.
Yeah, RNG is always ready for a fight.
See it here, one after the other. Supermassive, they're trying to keep up though. Not trying to keep up, but what I meant is they are continuously fighting. They keep going into those fights, and a lot of the times it comes down to the fact that RNG, they dodge their last skill shot. Now it's a little more than that. They have quite a lead. But in the mid, and the early, Supermassive was making the plays that could have counted.
This is the result of what you just said right there. Those earlier plays where they were just a little bit better, a little bit more prepared, a couple out plays. Yeah, then your Rise gets fed, and at that point, he can solo carry these team fights. Yeah. Quick reaction, though. That Abyssal Voyage was buffered, and he came in really quickly, so they were ready for that play. But even if they were a couple seconds later, Xiaohu still, he uses Flash aggressively in that fight. And a lot of patience going in. Third Dragon now goes for RNG. They make some mistakes. They still have that, that 45 minutes, 5th Dragon available.
It'll be there. Everybody have a GA by then, I'm pretty sure.
I've seen quite a few games today go past the 40-minute mark.
Yep.
A couple of ones really close.
SKT's really been able to, the only one to buck that trend. All right, now 21-11, and even more kills during this game. You can see just what LPL brings to the table when a team tries to match it. There are wards in the base. I think teleports would be a little bit scary right now, but it would definitely take Supermassive off guard, and they have the power to do so. But walking in is just as easy at this point.
If there's one matchup that will generate roughly 1 kill per minute, it is gonna be China versus the international wildcard. Both teams very keen on fighting. Macro is an option.
They did quite a bit early game as well, having Dumbledore just flash down immediately. Unfortunately, he came up with the double kill, but still able to come up on top of those plays when RNG thought they just had, we're going to take this, we're going to take this. It was not like that in the beginning. However,
it's such a stark contrast compared to SKT, how, yes, they ended up with a lot of kills too, but it was in a different manner. It was the way SKT dismantled esports was making plays with almost no risk of failure. RNG kind of making plays where it is like, nah, we're just better than you. I will fight you, it's fine. I'm just confident we're better players than you. They are.
It completely shows in their fighting every single time. It's usually a start fight of 1 or 2 people there, 15 seconds, 3, 4, reel them right in, just keep reeling it in. It's going to be difficult now for anybody to take down Xiaohu. He's pretty much just standing tall, raid boss in the front of these fights, clearing wards by himself and creating solo pressure wherever he wants.
Yeah, RNG right now, they're shopping, filling those item slots, the gold they've acquired, and now they're looking for the next Baron here. Completely no wards whatsoever from Supermassive. They've been locked into their base. At this point, they don't even remember what the river looks like. Haven't really been there anymore.
Don't know. Usually it's a good rule of thumb to never cross river alone. Always do it with a friend, but now that's leaving base. It gets scarier.
Panic Engage comes out. All the support though.
A ward instantly put down by Mata for the TP to come in. That's going to be Xiaohu, and he's right on a Stomach. Looks like he's going to take him down immediately. Supermassive is kind of waltzing in here, not able to do any damage, and Royal never give up, just turn around and start focusing the priority targets as if they just waltz in ready to be eaten up. That Fabulous trying to do it on the outside, hit something up on the outside, but Looper's gonna follow. Phase dive, and he connects with the second part of it. They're gonna be on to the Nexus turret. RNG looking very good on the home turn, and they're gonna go 2-0 on day one. Fantastic start to the day on Counter Logic Gaming for NA. And now looking to take down the IWCI champions from Turkey, Supermassive. RNG takes game 6.
Supermassive right now. They tie G2 Esports.
Yeah.
Bottom of the tables, 0-2. RNG. And they tie SKT at the top of the tables there. The two teams that remain undefeated here in Shanghai.
And a step in from Fabulous. Definitely put an impact into that top lane. You saw there was a change. Looper had a run for his money there. Flash kills, flash plays. But the notice, the reaction of MLXG, then adding vision, adding priority to that top lane, making sure that didn't get any bigger, then he just was all over the map.
Yeah, that one kill in the mid lane where Xiaohu walks up, snares, and then flash Q autos, and MLXG goes in when they knew the claw was down. That for me, that satisfied my inner MLXG fanboy, because he's done some fantastic plays throughout the year when you're watching. RNG overall, they kind of flunked at IM. It was disappointing. We were hoping like maybe they can play it, but then their lack of understanding or inability to play or to want to play the macro game was very apparent when they played some matches. I think it was against Fnatic that they just succumbed to like Rift Herald push on, you know, the push, swap again, Rift Herald in the bottom, and that is one of their weaknesses, but we saw also one of their strengths, just individual players. If you watch like Xiaohu's LeBlanc at the end in week 9 versus EDG in the finals, I think it was his Azir that made some really smooth moves overall. So these guys, they're mechanical, solid players.
And you're seeing that on now champions. They are banned out, have to be put to the side on, and now still feel comfortable in these plays. Fantastic matchup all around. I'm looking at the map still, and Mada's ward is still alive in that same spot. He didn't even move it.
It's new, I checked it.
Oh,
that's cheating. Don't lie to the viewers. Don't lie to the viewers.
But he likes that spot. That's what I'm going for.
That was his signature spot a lot of times here. Just the deep vision. He's suffering a little bit right now by the fact that he can't solely control vision. Back when you could have as many wards as you want, it was almost impossible to play the vision game against him. But right now you're a little limited with 3, so he suffers sometimes. But he's still a fantastic play overall. But he was a little bit disrespectful this game. Just never disengaging, always going in. The early exhaust, he cost them a double kill on bot lane, but they could always bounce back.
Very true.
Never were too far behind.
And that's where confidence comes into play, and that's where their confidence shines through as well. So we're going to send it back to Dash and the guys for a look at Royals' win to close out the day.
Very much, Riv, and yes, RNG picking up another win for themselves today against Supermassive, but in all honesty, Supermassive is the team that I want to talk about here. And Spawn, I'm coming to you first because we had some criticisms and some questions about this team after their first game of the day, particularly looking at the jungle and Stomage, the fact that he was relegated to that Gragas. Here they go ahead and they stab at the Graves. Much better showing for him. Of course, it is at the expense of a Rise and Echo pick on the other side.
So a couple of things here. Yeah, they grabbed the Graves, that's fantastic. As you said, they did give up strong counter picks, but they also picked very heavily for lane. So I think that was actually okay because they obviously had a pick, at least that Fabulous did, in top lane against that Echo in the likes of the Fizz. So I think that this is much more how I expected them to play, you know? Grab a farming jungler and then just play strong lane yourself and kind of allow Stomage to just farm up, get to the mid-game spike, so let's see if you can make anything happen in the team fight.
Yeah, absolutely. So good on them there. And then, yeah, you already touched on Fabulous. Let's hit it again, though. Stronger laning out of him than from Thaldrun prior. So perhaps the player that they'll stick with throughout the remainder of the tournament.
Yeah, I think it could still go either way, but they definitely are looking to have more games with him than they would have even seen at the IWCI. I think it's relatively promising for them overall, though. You look at how abysmal G2 looked today.
I mean, yeah.
Look how deeply they looked against RNG. Like, there is some wiggle room here, and I mean, even in this game, there was a scary fight around the Baron pit that could have actually swung this game in their favor. So it looked kind of just like a standard-ish LPL game, with obviously RNG being the stronger team, but not totally ruling out the fact they'd be able to win.
And I think RNG kind of went into this game and they were like, Name's our Sivir player, so we're going to prove we can play Sivir, you know, we're going to prove we can play top 10. And I don't know whether they really proved any of these things. They kind of proved that they're strong mechanical players, and MLXG can definitely play Lee Sin.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine if you want to maybe show your big fans, that's fine. I think it's just clear if a team comes in and like really disrespects Supermassive and like they control conversation, there's a good chance you're right. And that's the key thing for Supermassive here. They're definitely not out of the tournament. Same for G2, even though they look currently like one of the weakest teams with the way they're playing.
Yeah, I mean, we heard earlier from Faker himself in that interview with Shox that he believes RNG might have the edge when it comes to snagging that second place spot in the tournament. He doesn't believe anybody's going to beat SKT, of course.
Surprise.
Yeah, big surprise. But do we feel, based on, I know, again, very early into the competition, but based on the 2 games that we've seen from RNG, that they're head and shoulders above the rest in terms of that race for second?
I don't think head and shoulders. I would say that I do, if I had to redo my prediction, that I did, and I hadn't listened to the car salesman over on my left here,
Again?
I would have said that RNG...
Make your own opinion.
Yeah, I would say that